On this episode of the Best of Bias Podcast, episode 268, the last pod of the year. When you're listening to it, it'll be the first pod of the year. It's going to get kind of confusing. It's going to get kind of crazy, but we here. It's the Best of Bias Podcast. Plenty of topics to talk about, so don't miss it. We here for another action-packed episode of season 4. Again, the last one of 2025, bringing in 2026 with a bang. And we know we got plenty to talk about, and there's plenty coming in 2026. So as you bring in your new year or spend your new year, let's talk about some bias. Bring it in the right way. Lydell Dinero, and we back. Where that theme song at? It's right here. It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. The best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias. What's going on, everybody? It's time for another episode of the Best of Bias Podcast, starring yours truly. You already know who it is. You heard it in the intro. But right now, it's extra special to hear it because we made it through 2025, y'all. We here. Happy New Year. I don't know when you're listening to the episode. I'm not going to lie to you. But if you're listening to it on New Year's Eve, be safe. If it's New Year's Day, welcome to 2026. Let's get it. Let's go. But you know, I couldn't let the year go by without giving you guys, excuse me, myself too. I guess I should give myself some gratitude for being in here and trying to get it done every week. But we gonna end 2025 right, so we gonna talk about the football season. We gonna talk about who won the fantasy football league. We got some NBA touch-ins or check-ins. My man's Jokic, man, had my heart stopping. We'll get there. We'll talk about Anthony Joshua. Prayers out to him and his family and his friends, their family. We'll talk about all that. We also got some movies to talk about, maybe some TV shows of 2025 that I like the best. Movies that I like the best of 2025. I saw Marty Supreme. I saw Avatar, Fire and Ash. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about this episode. So let's get it started, shall we? Let me not talk about what I'm gonna talk about and talk about it. You feel me? But anyways, welcome to 2025, welcome to 2026. Moving on out of 2025. This is technically the last episode of 2025, but the first one as well. So leave it up to me to make you confused on what the hell we doing here. But you know, it's not to be confused. We get into some bias and we start right now. All right, let's start with this football stuff, man. Oh, actually, first of all. I like to check in on your mental health. Right now, actually, it's deeper than mental health. Right now, it's flu season, especially if you're living in California, you're a California listener. People is getting sick out there. I mean, and also, if you're not in the vaccines and all that, I understand that as well. But just be safe out there because people is getting sickety sick. I heard somebody got the measles recently. Like, the measles, nigga, what year is it? 1960, 1830? You feel me? Hella old ago? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I've seen some shit out there. People getting that deep cough. Yeah. And they just, if you listen to the news, watch the news, social media, they'll tell you that they'll just make up any virus. You know, this is the new virus that's out there. If you get it, this and this, just be safe. I know everybody's gonna be out and about for New Year's holiday season, but just be safe. And hopefully everybody got to spend it with somebody that they love, or get to spend it with somebody. Or if you want to be alone, fuck it. Fuck everybody. Just do it the way you want to do it. End the year right. You know, before I move into sports, what am I doing? Let's talk about New Year's resolutions. Y'all got New Year's resolutions? You know what I mean? I can't just jet in this shit and not talk about New Year's on New Year's, bro. What am I doing? Let me act like I've podcasted before and do this shit right. But yeah, for New Year's, for me personally, we're just trying to take this shit to the next level, man. We're just always looking to do bigger and better things for the Best of Bias podcast. We're going to keep doing it, man. You know, I'm consistent with the pods and getting you guys what you want to hear from week to week. I know. It's satisfying to me as well, but I need to do more. There's more I want to talk about. There's more I want to talk to you guys about. There's more that I'm interested in. There's more that I'm doing. I always like to tell people I just sit around and consume content in all different kind of forms. Social media, I know sometimes that could be a little much. I shouldn't be really looking into the internet and getting all my information from there, but just talking to people, like just reading content. I'm trying to get back into books, man. It's sad to see that we've kind of grown away from just manually reading things. Audiobooks are cool. But we want to make sure, the youth and the generations coming up actually know how to read. You know what I'm saying? How to form, you know, regular sentence, grammatically correct sentences, use grammatically correct words, and what's the best way? What's the better way to show them how it's done in old fashioned form? I mean, the internet's cool and all that, but internet's always teaching people fast ways to do things, the easy way to do things. You know what I'm saying? I know sometimes it's hard to read a book, hard to find time to do it, but we got to keep in touch with our roots and how we used to do things before we get into this AI generation and everything just takes over and just is computerized and so easy to do. We ain't even got to think about it. We can start getting fed information that we don't even know if it's true because we never read the actual books. You feel me? So 2026, I'm kind of more so going to try to be into, getting a better variety of information, using that information base to further continue this best of bias media, man. We got a lot of shit on the plate, man. My brain. If you knew how my brain worked, that's why we're the best of bias. It's a little bit of everything. I just want to do it, man. I want to go out and buy a cookbook because I want to start a baking show with you guys. What? Wouldn't that be epic? You know what I'm saying? I've been talking about the cooking shows with Chelsea forever. But I baked an apple crisp. If you guys saw on Christmas, or was it Christmas? It was Thanksgiving, I think it might have been. And that shit was delectable. Shout out Mama Jane for the recipe. That shit was amazing. It was amazing. So I just feel like if I'm able to follow recipes, shout out the Tasty app. It can show you step by step how to do shit. And then I get recipes in my head and I can just bake shit and make shit to go with the best of bias special made. I don't know, man. Ideas. You guys already know about the comic book. Me and AKA kind of introduced the theme of our animated series we're trying to do. Not to give too much away. There's a lot coming in 2026, and I hope you guys are embracing the year. I know it's getting scary out there. Things are changing. People are changing. Man, I'm just hoping that this year we can find a way to make it better than last year for everyone. I'm not going to just selfishly say, okay, let's make the year better for me. I want everyone to be better. You know what I'm saying? Only if you want to. I hope you want to be better than you were in 2025. But we need the country to be better. We need ourselves to be better. We need to elevate our minds, elevate our spirits, elevate our togetherness. And just become the USA again, man. And not only that, just goes deeper down to the grassroots of things, man. Bring families back together. Let's be kind to one another. I'm always preaching that. And, some people may think it's soft. Some people may think it's like, this nigga always be preaching kumbaya, kumbaya. But man, I miss when it was kumbaya. That's when the shit was most fun. People can go out there and get money without being scared of it getting taken. People didn't have these regulations that were completely put against you to where you're stuck in the situation you're in. You know what I mean? Oh, Ohio State's about to lose. My bad. You already see what I'm wearing. I'm wearing the war colors. We got the playoff in Ohio State. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Anyways, but 2026, we doing it. Don't you guys move. I thank you guys every time for being here. And we're going to get more shit going for you guys. Try to get you guys interactive. We're going to be on scene on all the Comic-Cons, all the events. We're still doing it. Another year of that, bigger and better, more comfortable, more bulky, more best of bias, more fashion coming. I'm about to get that clothing line coming back soon. You already know what it is, bro. I've been slacking a little bit in 2025 towards the end, kind of tailing off, getting comfortable. But we getting uncomfortable 2026 and making big moves, man. Somebody told me, if you shoot your shot, all you can do is miss. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get taken out of the game for taking your shot. But if you swish and they see you do it like this, you about to be in that bitch all 2026. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's do this shit and let's get it. But anyways, let me stop preaching because I talk about that shit all day, but I hope you guys doing okay. And let's get into this bias. NFL week 17. Brother. I hated it. I've hated football for the last maybe 10 weeks, if you want to be super honest with. Maybe 8. Let me not lie, because when we was winning, I was good with it. But now, in week 17, I just fucking lipped the mic and shit. What the status that the Bucks is in right now, football can kiss my motherfucking ass. Excuse all the cussing too. Kids, if you're listening, YouTube, I apologize. Spotify, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? I can't right now, bro. The Buccaneers piss me off. Let's just start with the first game. Dallas and the Commanders. Pretty much a for nothing game, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. Dallas won 30-23. Pretty much going into this next season riding high. Dak Prescott on the offense is looking good. After the trade to get Quentin Williams, the defense is looking a lot better for them. They just cut Stephon Diggs, so I don't really know what they're gonna be doing in the cornerback position. Probably gonna draft cornerback heavily in the draft because yeah, Bland ain't gonna do it. You know what I mean? So yeah, they're looking good. A lot of teams did bad this year. It's going to be a whole bunch of different teams in the playoffs, especially after week 17. I'll get into more of those scores in a minute, but Dallas did win 30-23 over the Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels had a weird season. Um, wow. Ohio State just lost. Wow. Come on, Oregon. Take care of business. Take care of business. We need to do this shit tomorrow. Come on now. Detroit Lions and Minnesota Vikings. Yeah. I think Detroit had to win this game to actually stay out and stay in playoff contention, even though I think they were really out last week. They lost again in Minnesota 23-10. Detroit, man, I'm telling you, man, last three seasons, you're supposed to be the man, homie. What happened? What happened to you? You know, first year was injuries. Second year, oh, defensive injuries. But now, break it up. Break it up, Detroit. We had the Broncos at Kansas City. Kansas City, you already know Patrick Mahomes is hurt. They're already out of the playoffs, so they wouldn't be trying hard. Really, Denver barely escaped out of that 20-13. They're playing for the one seed. Um, who were they playing for the one seed? Was it the Patriots? Yeah, I think it might have been the Patriots, but they won, so they held on to that one seed, 20-13. Bo Nix, man, you got to prove them a little better, man. The defense can't hold them forever because if the defense lets up a little bit and you're not able to come through in the playoffs, they'll all be looking at you and blaming you, Bo. You've been making some good plays towards the end of the season. Hopefully, you keep it going, showing everybody what Oregon does at quarterback. Make us QBU, make us look good. You and Justin, you know what I'm saying? You know what to do. Just keep it up. Broncos win and get closer to solidifying that one seed 20-13. Houston at the Chargers. Chargers finally lost. Houston is rolling that defense. Houston and Denver. No matter how the offense does, the defense can really keep these teams afloat. Especially towards the beginning of the season. Houston wasn't doing good at all, but the defense turned it up. CJ Stroud got a little bit better. The rookie receivers from Iowa State, I always talk about them. They got a lot better towards the end of the season, really connected with Stroud and helped Nico Collins out. Dalton Schultz is there. The offensive line was able to hold up a little bit more than they were last year, and they're on a roll now. They were able to beat the Chargers, who are on the opposite side, really hurt. Every lineman on the team is hurt. Justin Herbert had a surgically repaired, not throwing hand, but his left hand got surgically repaired, so he's trying to fuck with that run all the time. Running backs in and out of the game. Receivers the same, but the defense isn't performing like they were at the beginning of the season. Hopefully they can get a little more healthy towards the playoffs, but it doesn't seem like they are going to get any healthier, so it's going to have to be what it is for now. Yeah, they lost that game, but I think they're still like 11-5, so they'll be all right. Green Bay at Baltimore. Baltimore was able to win 41-24. I think Green Bay has Malik Willis playing right now. Jordan Love got hurt again. So the Ravens were actually trying to make a comeback to stay in playoff contention. Huntley was playing as well because Lamar Jackson's having back spasms, wasn't able to play. Derrick Henry was able to run down their throats and just score enough points to keep them afloat. So now with Pittsburgh losing, which I'll talk about in a little bit, to the Browns this week, Baltimore and the Steelers play to see who was going to win the division. And whoever loses is probably not going to make the playoff because all the wild card teams are probably like 11 wins or more in the AFC. So big games coming up week 18 I'll talk about in a minute. Buccaneers and the Dolphins. These Buccaneers, they suck. I can't even really talk about it with a straight face because I'm going to get angry, and I don't want to get angry on this podcast. I want it to be a positive podcast. You feel me? Ohio State just lost. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be no back-to-back champion. It's over with. It's over with. Interception. Julian saying, what are you saying? Like, I never even heard of that guy. Let me stop talking mess before we mess around and lose to Texas Tech tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, Tampa Bay, you sorry ass boys. I love y'all, but y'all playing very, very, very sorry. You let any quarterback come in there and do anything to y'all, just like last year. I thought this year with these new DBs that we got, we would be a lot better on defense. Nah. Jamel Dean, you had a good beginning of the season. You fooled us. You fooled us. Now you're hurt every other game after you give up touchdowns, just like you were before. Benjamin, brother, you're gonna have to stay healthy, bro. I believe in you. I feel like you can be a good cornerback, but you can't be making rookie mistakes and on top of that, never being healthy. Jacob Parrish, you're doing everything you can, and no, you're great. Tyke Smith, you're gonna have to fucking get your shit together because you're supposed to be the truth next to Antoine Winfield. And Antoine Winfield obviously can't be on this game 24/7, so we're gonna need a good backup for him. Our pass rush, non-existent. Vita Vea, I don't know where you've been the last couple of weeks. Kalijah Kancey's always hurt. Never playing, so we got Logan Hall and some other backup rotational guys trying to be our pass rush. We never get it. Hassan Reddick, we signed you for what, $33 million or something crazy like that to be on our team this year? No effect. Yaya Diaby, oh, you might lead the league in pressures and almost getting to the quarterback, but I don't think that counts. You know what I mean? Touch somebody. Make somebody fumble. Tyler Shuck, Quinn Ewers, like, what? Kirk Cousins, Bryce Young. You're letting those four sorry-ass quarterbacks do whatever they want to you. They sauced you up. We lost 7-8, and we barely beat the Cardinals. Actually, if you come to think about it, all the bad teams that we beat this year, we barely beat. We barely beat the Jets. I think it was on a field goal we won. And then we did beat Seattle, we did beat the 49ers, and we did beat Houston. Those are going to look to be our three best games, but either way, it don't look like we can beat nobody. So, yeah, we're ass. I don't know what it is. Todd Bowles, I think you need to be fired, sir. I'm always looking for a black coach to have a job, but you are making us look like motherfucking fools again. After Tom Brady had us winning the championship in a couple of years after we looked great, I don't know what the fuck happened, but now we're on a downfall again with a bunch of good ass players. Just no guidance, no coaching, no nothing. And as much as I still want you to be on the team and be a part of this as we get better again, I don't think you need to be there. And Baker Mayfield, I ain't forgot about you either. What happened to MVP Baker? You know what I mean? If you're hurt, be hurt, bro. Let Teddy Bridgewater play because you're playing like ass. Missing open receivers, locking in on receivers that don't need to be throwing the ball when other receivers are open, throwing the ball the opposite way receivers are going. I get it. They may be running the wrong route, or doing something wrong, but just don't let the ball go. Don't try to make anticipatory throws if you don't know if he's doing the right route for sure. Just wait. Don't be so happy feet in the pocket. They'll give you a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? These defenses you're playing are not even the best. Now we have to beat the Panthers. Luckily they lost to Seattle. I'll talk about that in a second. And we still have a chance to win the division. But since the Falcons beat the Rams, if the Falcons beat the Saints and we beat the Panthers, we still don't make the playoffs. So now it's not even in our control. All season we played looking like dumbass dummies. We got embarrassed at the Rams. I went to that game. That shit was so fucking embarrassing. I feel bad for all the kids and all the parents that saved up their money to take their kids to that game because them motherfuckers didn't show up, bro. This shit's so fucking embarrassing, dog. I can't believe we're back to this bullshit again, dog. Any other team that played bad this year, they can just count it as a one-off, bro. This is so PTSD for the Buccaneers that going backwards like this cannot happen. And for the fact that they're thinking about keeping Todd Bowles and not even thinking about making changes, that's bullshit. The Glazers better change their minds, bro. Or bring in a defensive coordinator that can do something, or offensive coordinator that can do something. I'm not ready to blame Grizzard right away, but you see what Dave Canales is doing with the Panthers. You see what Liam Cohen is doing in his first year with the Jaguars as head coaches. Not only coordinators, but head coaches. And we had these guys. And we let them go for Todd Bowles that can't even fucking... All right, we're going to move on to the next team before I rant for an hour about this shit. But New England rolls the Jets 42-10. They're getting closer to that one seed. If the Broncos slip up, I think they play the Chargers this week. So there might be a chance they still can get it, but I'm not 100% sure. Pittsburgh loses to the Browns 13-6. People say that they're too concerned about not giving Myles Garrett the sack record at 22.5 sacks. I think that's a record. If he gets 23, he beats the record. And Aaron Rodgers was so worried about Myles Garrett breaking the sack record against him and having his name etched in stone for that they lost the game. And I don't think so, because they wouldn't put themselves in a pressure ass situation and have to win next week to make the playoffs. That'll be stupid to do. But it kind of looked like that because Aaron Rodgers didn't play well at all. We had Jacksonville beat Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are playing Phillip Rivers again. Jacksonville's just rolling through everybody, man. They were able to win 23-17, and I think they're 12-3 right now. something like that, right? 12. How many games is that? 15. So I mean, I think they're 12-4, 13-4, maybe 13-4. No, that's 17 games. So it's 12-4. Yeah, they're doing good. Pretty much. That's what I'm saying. Duval. You feel me? Duval. Wait, let me get a little sound effect. Duval. No, fuck that man. He left us high and dry. But anyways, yeah, they did their thing. They won that game. New Orleans beat the Tennessee Titans 34-26. Kyler Shuck winning a couple of games, looking good over there. Seattle lost or beat the Panthers, thank God, 27-10. Bryce Young turned back into the pumpkin that he truly is. So yeah, I'm just hoping that they can just lose, lose for us, bro. Just lose for us one time. Um, what else do we got? Let's see. Arizona. Well, the Bengals beat Arizona 37-14. Nothing really to talk about there. Giants beat the Raiders 34-10. Eagles beat the Buffalo Bills 13-12 in a thriller. Josh Allen didn't get the 2-point conversion to try to win the game instead of tying and going to overtime. I like the spirit. They weren't able to get it done. They're playing for playoff positioning as well, trying to get that home field. Well, trying to get the 1 seed as well, but they lost. And then Chicago versus the Bears, or Chicago versus 49ers. This was a really good game. Monday night, was this Monday night? Or I think it was Sunday night. It was crazy as fuck. Down to the last second at the 2-yard line. And it came down to the last second. Caleb wasn't able to get it done. The Bears are looking nice, man. And Ben Johnson seems to have gotten it together with Caleb Williams. They at first looked like they're kind of beefing, but it looks like they got it done now. Shout out to them for getting it together and proving, maybe they're the cream of the crop in that NFC North over there. Lions, I don't know what the fuck. They've been looking good all season. Highlights, big plays all season, but they're nowhere to be found now. It's just kind of crazy, man. I don't know what happened. But the Bears, yeah, they lose. 49ers looking great. Brock Purdy had a great game. I think it was a second game in a row with 5 touchdowns or something crazy like that. Running, gunning, with all the injuries out, man. Salah had that defense looking good. The offense is looking good. Even though they be spamming the shit out of McCaffrey, if it works, man. They have to get over the hump and win that Super Bowl somehow. No Mahomes this year in the playoffs. So, hey, if it's any year to do it, they can do it this year. And if they do it this year with all the injuries, hey, man, big ups to them. For sure, for sure. Rams in Atlanta. Come on, Rams, bro. You beat the shit out of us. You lost to the Panthers and you lost to the Falcons, but you have to beat us. I don't understand it. But anyways, with that loss again, the Falcons won, have the same record as us. And if the Falcons beat the Panthers or Falcons beat the Saints, and even if we beat the Panthers, we don't make the playoffs because we don't control our own destiny. Week 18, I'm gonna try to give you guys some advice on some shit that I would do if I was betting, if I was gambling and getting into it. You know what I'm saying? But just some things that I think, man. It's week 18. Some people may not be playing their starters, so this one may not be as accurate as past weeks I've been giving you guys all season. All the money makers I've been giving you all season. But this is what I got. Panthers at the Buccaneers. I'm picking the Buccaneers. We're favored by 2.5 points. We better fucking win. 49ers at the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks will win, but I don't trust Sam Darnold. So I wouldn't be surprised if the 49ers win at home. They're favored. Oh, the Seahawks are favored by 1.5 points. So I think it's going to be pretty close. But yeah, I got the Seahawks winning this one. I think they win and take that 1 seed. It's a battle for the 1 seed right here. So I think, Seattle wins and gets that. And I'm just hoping if there's any slim chance the 49ers or the Buccaneers make the playoffs, we can play the 49ers and not the Rams. It's a little bias in there for me. Saints at Falcons. I hope the Saints win. Come on, Tyler Shuck. I'm gonna be rooting for y'all. The Falcons are at home and favored by 3, so yeah. Colts are at Texans. Texans are favored by 10.5 points. That's crazy. I think, yeah, they're not playing Phillip Rivers anymore, so the point spread dropped dramatically. I don't know who's starting at quarterback, but the Texans are probably going to win that. I think I got the Texans. Browns at the Bengals. I don't know if the Bengals will be playing anybody. I don't know if incentives are on the line, but the way that they get hurt, I wouldn't play anybody if it doesn't matter. Browns, I would play Sador just to get some more experience, and they're going to be playing Myles Garrett probably to try to get that record. But we'll see. Joe Burrow hasn't played a lot this season, so maybe he will try to, get out there and go and just show people what he still got. Um, but yeah, Titans at the Jaguars. Jaguars favored by 12.5 points. Jags, I think, are playing for the 1 seed or hoping for. Nah, I don't think they can win the 1 seed, but I think the Jags are gonna win. Titans are probably gonna not really play that hard. Nothing really to play for. Stay healthy. Jags win that one. Packers at the Vikings. I think the Packers win that game. Vikings will play hard. I don't think they'll sit anybody. They'll play spoiler for the Packers and try to beat them. But I got the Packers. Cowboys at the Giants. This one, I don't know who will play. I don't know who will play, but I think the Cowboys got a little pride. I think they'll play some starters and win. Jets at Bills. Bills are gonna be playing hard. Bills favored by only 7, so I don't know if they'll have all their starters playing. But I got the Bills in that one. Bears at the Lions. Lions, I know probably ain't gonna play everybody. I got the Bears playing, winning in that one. And actually, since the Bears can't win the 1 seed, I don't know if they play their starters either. Chargers at the Raiders. I got the Chargers at the Broncos. Excuse me. I think the Broncos win this one. They're favored by 12.5 points, and the Chargers are just too injured. I think that Broncos defense will just be able to do whatever they want. Raiders at Chiefs. This one, hey man, I think the Raiders can get their first win in this one. No Patrick Mahomes. Who knows who starts for the Chiefs? I know Travis Kelce won't. You know what I'm saying? They can. I think Rashee Rice is out. They'll just probably start all backups. So if any game is to win for the Raiders, I think the Raiders will win this game. Cardinals at Rams. The Rams will win this game. They got embarrassed the last 2 games, so they better go out there and win. Well, last game at least. I don't think they lost 2 last games, but last game was embarrassing, so they better go out there and win. Patriots at Dolphins. Patriots are going to win by a lot, but Patriots are favored by 11.5 points. But I think the Patriots will play harder to try to keep that 1 seed hopes alive. Commanders at the Eagles. I think both teams will sit a lot of their starters. I think the Commanders are a little bit more used to playing their starters or playing their backups. Commanders, I think, win this one in the upset. Ravens at Steelers. Another one of the games that are um, that is being played to make the playoffs. Ravens and Steelers. This game will probably be the night game Sunday night. Because I know Saturday games you got the Buccaneers and Panthers and Seahawks and 49ers playing in Saturday. So I think Ravens and Steelers will be the last game, prime time to see who gets in the playoffs. These script writers is on fire right now in the NFL, man. 2 games to make the playoffs, 1 game for the 1 seed, and a whole bunch of other games in the AFC to help determine what the 1 seed is going to be. It's kind of crazy, but who I got winning again is going to be the Bucks winning at home against the Panthers. I got Seahawks winning in at Levi and Santa Clara. I got the Saints winning in Atlanta. I hope they win in Atlanta. Colts, I got them losing the Texans. Texans winning at home. I have the Browns winning in Cincinnati. I have the Jags winning at home against the Titans. I have the Packers winning in Minnesota against the Vikings. Cowboys winning in New York against the Giants. The Bills winning at home against the Jets. Bears winning at home against the Lions. Broncos winning at home against the Chargers. Raiders winning at home against the Chiefs. I have the Rams winning at home against the Cardinals. Patriots winning at home against the Dolphins. Yeah, hella home teams. I have the Commanders upsetting the Eagles at home. And then I have the Ravens winning at the Steelers. So yeah, that's who I got in that case. You know what I'm saying, for the football. Let's get into a little bit of fantasy. Let me give my congratulations to Sir Deshaun. Was your girl's favorite pizza boy. Is that what his name was? No, Shenanigans was his name. Yeah, let me get that correct. My bad player. My bad player. Let me get your name correct. Shenanigans, congratulations on winning the Best of Bias 2025 Invitational with the prize of $900 and that championship belt, which will be presented to you at next year's draft. I'm hoping we can get everybody there next year so we can film the presentation of the last place trophy and the presentation of the first place trophy. Second place goes to Yancey Jordan Love Island, who was in the number 1 seed pretty much all year, who everybody thought was going to win, but Deshaun's team had that stack of Puka Nacua, JSN, and Nico Collins with Jalen Hurts at quarterback. And you know what I'm saying, that was able to get him through. And this year was the year of the receiver. If you had a really good receiver, they're going to give you like 20 to 30 points a week. And if you had one of the good running backs, they'll give you about 25 to 30 points a week too. If you had Jahmyr Gibbs, he gave you a couple 50s. But this is about Deshaun right now. Congratulations, player. You've always been real close to winning the championship. You've been in this league before it was the Best of Bias Invitational. You've been in fantasy leagues with us for years. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing this. I think I've been hosting a fantasy football league before it was the Invitational for at least about, I want to say, 6 or 7 years. at least. You know what I'm saying? And you've always been close. You got a couple third places, couple second places. But man, it feels good to be at the top. It was you this year. Last year it was Derek. The year before that it was me, and the year before that it was Tay. So everybody has won the invitational. I mean, not everybody, but there's been a lot of people, 4 people that won the invitational. No back-to-back winners yet. People have yet to experience winning. Yancey, I think you got second place 2 years in a row, winning that $200 prize, basically win another $100 in your money back. In third place went to Primetime Pope. Primetime Pope also last year did really well. Was looking to make that crossover to the championship bracket, to the winner's circle this year, but wasn't able to quite get there. He got his money back in third place. Last place goes to Cam's Catering. You get the toilet trophy. That will be presented to you at the draft as well. We're not going to make you do nothing embarrassing. Maybe we'll make you do your favorite karaoke song in front of us all at the draft, and we'll record you doing it on live or something. Like, something slight, nothing too embarrassing. You feel me? But you'll get that last place trophy. We'll keep making extra funky for you. You feel me? Guys, thank you for sure, for always being a part of it, always taking place in it, and not being no buttheads. You feel me? Just this year, we did everything cool, calm, and correct. It was lovely, man. Not many trades happened this year. We'll try to spice that up a little next year, because I made one trade. It was Vidal for Jacoby Myers, and that was like for no reason at all. Like, this year was fucking dry, and I had a whole bunch of injuries. No excuses, man. I didn't get last place. I did get 8th. I tried to make a run for the playoffs. Didn't quite get there. But shouts out to everybody that did make the playoffs, and shouts out to y'all for fucking doing the damn thing, man. I failed y'all this year. All the research I did, all the shit that I talking, walking into it, just my shit crumbled, man. It's not that I picked bad people. It's just they got hurt. Got fucking hurt, bro. And I thought I could, supplement it by going in, in the a free agency or whatever they call it, the waiver wire. I had a couple of, stalwarts that could play in the case of my injured players, but it just more and more happened. Bo Nix did me dirty. I'm never going to stray from my guy, Justin Herbert. I'm never going to do it again. Trust me. I tried to be slick this year. Oh, Baker Mayfield, Bo Nix. It's Justin Herbert. It's Justin Herbert. That's all it's ever going to be. The fuck. But anyways, but shouts out to y'all. I appreciate y'all participating, like I said, and being great. You feel me? College football quarterfinal check-in. Yeah. Yeah, let me get that final score, because I didn't get the actual final score. 24-14, Miami over Ohio State. The mighty have fallen, haven't they? Let me not talk too much shit, because I'm not too happy about Mario Cristobal leaving us and going to Miami in the first place, so I'm not going to really give him too much credit. But hey, Oregon pride out here. I'm going to still shout him out and doing God's work and getting Ohio State out the playoffs. I got some shit to talk to some people, you feel me? I got some shit to talk to some people. But just wait for me. I'll be there soon. From what I saw, Carson Beck was chewing y'all up. Miami's defense was holding that Ohio State defense, in check. Jeremiah Smith's going to make a couple plays. You can't really stop him that much. But Julian Sand was being rattled. The other receivers were dropping balls, getting lit up. Mario Cristobal had their team ready. I didn't watch really much of Miami this year, so I can't really speak to a lot of the players. But their running backs look good. The receivers were doing their things, getting open on Ohio State receivers. And now everybody's going to talk about that bye. I know it's not going to be it's not going to be, oh, Ohio State lost and they're no good. It's going to be, oh, that bye fucked them over and now they weren't ready and they're rusty. We tried to tell you that shit last year when we went undefeated and lost in the first round to Ohio State after waiting a week to play them, or waiting a month to play them. Like, that shit happens. There should be no buys. And if it's a buy, just like, it shouldn't be a month. Why is it a month? That's hella long to wait and have them play real football. Cause you ain't gonna hit that practice. Look at me giving excuses to them. Hey man, I don't care nothing about Ohio State. I'm so happy they lost. I'm gonna give they fans some time to cope. They're lucky I'm recording right now. I'll be talking all the shit in the world. I might text Chelsea right now, actually. Nah. Nah. The mojo. I don't need the mojo. I don't need the mojo. I ain't gonna say nothing actually, I shouldn't say nothing. Should I not say nothing? Oregon plays tomorrow though on New Year's. If you're listening to it right now, my mouth is dry. Look at my lip right there, y'all. Oregon plays Texas Tech. Um, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what we got. You know what I'm saying? The quarterfinal this year. We didn't even win a game or play a game or win a game in the playoff last year. This year we actually did. Texas Tech is supposed to have a good defense. Good defensive line, run stop. That's front seven anyway. I think our offensive line is up to the challenge, man. I think our receivers are up to the challenge. Running backs are up to the challenge. Our defense is up to the challenge. We'll see what their offense is talking about. Hopefully we can stop the run and just make sure no big plays happen. I think our defensive backs are up to the task too. Shout out Finney. Shout out to Kennedy. You know what I'm talking about. Thinneman. They'll hold it down. They'll hold it down back there. Hopefully our defensive line can get to the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Make some shit happen. And we're warmed up. We played James Madison already. We got our pads popping. We should be warm. Dante Moore should go out there, put on a showcase. People want him to go to the NFL right now. I don't think he's ready. I think he needs to stay another year in Oregon. Especially with the recruits we have been coming next year. I think this year, Dan Lanning last year, getting a little taste of the playoffs. I think, well, we're in the right spot, and I think we can do this now. You know what I'm saying? Knock on wood, no jinxing. I don't want to talk too much shit about Ohio State right now. And let's go and shit the bed like we did last year in a playoff game. So, noon tomorrow. Be ready, guys. You guys be there with me. Throw your ducks up. Quack, quack, quack. Let's go. Everybody's going to be in the house. Everybody's going to be watching. First game of the day, 12 o'clock. We also have Bama playing Indiana that day. And I think it all ends with Ole Miss playing Georgia. Full day of crazy ass games. It should be a live ass day. You already know who I'm rocking with. I think we can do this, y'all. I think we can do this. We need to play one game at a time. Be fucking focused. Give the ball to the running backs. Open up those holes. Make passes that make sense. Don't put the ball in harm's way. Hopefully it's not raining. It's nice and sunny out there in Florida. Let's do this shit, yo. Let's do this shit. And if we win, we get to play either Alabama or Indiana. Either we're going to prove ourselves in that game too. We lost to Indiana. We can beat Indiana. We lost by 10 at home. We shit the bed. We need a rematch. Just like Ohio State got a rematch, shook off their demons and win the national championship. Let's do that shit too. Lord knows I don't want to play Alabama because I don't know. Alabama's Alabama pretty much. I don't know. They aren't as good as they were last year. And who's their quarterback again? I know his name. I've been making fun of his name. Damn. So him and Julian saying, I don't know. These people just got boosted out of nowhere. I don't know. Not putting the spot in notoriety, but not the same quarterbacks as last year. And then all of a sudden, these guys are thrown into the starting position, and now they're gods. But they got to show me. And I saw against Indiana, or against Oklahoma the first time that the quarterback at Alabama wasn't really like that. Julian saying I knew wasn't like that. Carson Beck has been in college for 6 years. We'll see what Ole Miss does against Georgia and Gunnar Stockton. Like these guys, I don't know. And I can't say nothing because Dante Moore isn't really proven either, but he's looking better than a lot of these guys, and he's a higher prospect to be taken in the draft than a lot of these guys. So I think they can do it. Oregon, get your shit together. Let's win some football. Let's win our first ever national championship in football. NBA check-in, Nuggets. Man, I'm sad right now. Tonight we were going into a game 22-10, down 5 starters. I know you guys saw the game a couple of days ago when Jokic went down with a knee injury. The world stopped for a little bit. My heart stopped for a little bit. I don't know if I could have came in here and talked to y'all if Jokic was out for the season or anything like that. I don't know, man. I don't know if I could exist, man. After the Buccaneers crumbled like they did this year, with all the injuries they had, and for me to be just like, okay, let's turn the page into it's an NBA. And then every player on the Nuggets get hurt. Aaron Gordon has a 55-point game against the Warriors opening day, and then he goes down with a calf injury again. Last year was hamstring, now it's calf. And then James Harden steps on Christian Brown's ankle. He's been out for 1,200 weeks. And then all of a sudden, Cam Johnson gets a bone bruise or a knee bruise, like a bone bruise in his knee. Out of nowhere. And then Spencer Jones falls on Jokic's ankle, fucks him up. He's out. Then non-contact calf injury from Valanciunas today in a game where we're already down 4 starters. And now we're down a 5th player, a rotational big, the back up Jokic. Both our centers are hurt. We had to call on De'Aaron Holmes, our rookie from 2 years ago, who tore his ACL or Achilles 2 years ago. Him, Spencer Jones, Peyton Watson, Jalen Pickett, what's Pickett's first name? Anyways, yeah, bro, it's just crazy right now. We're playing the backups of the backups. All we have left is Jamal Murray, and he's usually been hurt the last couple of years, so this is new to him. Him being the only person healthy to try to carry the team on this away team on this like road stretch that we have 7 games on the road. We lost last week to our last game to Miami because that's when Jokic got hurt. We were shocked from that. Then we lose Big Val. We're able to hold on and beat the Raptors today. We're 23-10 right now. Luckily, Ingram hit a buzzer beater to tie the game to send us into overtime, but it was still in his hands and they called it off. So we're able to make it out of there. We play the Cleveland Cavaliers next, who aren't looking too good themselves. Donovan Mitchell and company in tow, and we don't have a full team. So it's going to be interesting to see how we get out of this stretch, but it's going to prove and show how much fight we got and what our season is going to look like towards the end. We need a good seed. We need home court advantage. We need to press and show we can play against these good teams. But without our starting lineup, because Jokic is out for at least a month, Aaron Gordon and Christian Brown should be coming back sometime, maybe at the end of this road trip. But we have to win games, man. 4 weeks of games without Jokic could be a lot of losses if we don't play right. Yeah, after that Christmas game, man, y'all saw the games on Christmas, and we got that monkey off our back, beating Minnesota for the third time. Jokic having crazy ass games, bro. I think he had a 56 ball, 56, 15, and 16, or something crazy like that. In the game after that, he had, I think it was 30, 20, and 20, bro. This shit. Like the shit that he's doing is crazy, and you guys hear me talk about this shit till I'm blue in the face. Like you already know what's up with me. You already know how I give it up for Jokic. I if nobody believes me now, or when I was first talking shit and saying popping my shit about Jokic, and you didn't see it, if y'all don't see the shit that he's doing, just look at the numbers. Past Wilt on the all-time assist leading, about to pass Oscar Robinson in all-time triple doubles. Shit is going crazy, and he just turned 30, bro. If you wanted to play another 5 years, just imagine how many records he'll break. And this is his first real injury to put a stop to any of that shit, and it's crazy because since he's going to be out a month, he can't win MVP, he can't win All-Pro. So now, just because he got hurt, even though he's putting together one of the best seasons on Earth, as Earth has ever seen, nothing's going to count, or he can't win any records just because he hurt his knee. Shit's crazy. OKC, they found a kryptonite. Shout out to the Spurs for whooping their ass 3 times in a row. Spurs are looking good, but Wemby just got hurt. He hurt his hyperextending his knee after coming back from hurting his calf. So he's not healthy. You know what I mean? I think some other Giannis got hurt. So they're saying Giannis, Luka, Wemby, and Jokic all now with their injuries aren't going to be able to be up for awards because they haven't played enough games. They haven't played the 65 game threshold that puts them makes them eligible for awards. So some of the best players in the NBA can't win All Pro, can't win awards, which is going to go on their legacy card when you're arguing who's better, who's the best out of these people. Like, oh yeah, since he missed like 5, 10 games that year, he wasn't eligible, or 20 games or something like that. He wasn't eligible to win All Pro, so he wasn't good that year. That don't make no sense. You see the shit that Jokic is doing? So Adam Silver, I get it. You want people to play and not load manage, but now you got people that should be winning awards, not winning awards. It's just crazy. But shout out Kawhi though. You know, since we're talking about load management, it might be working for him because he just dropped a 55 ball and a 45 ball back to back. See what I'm saying? Load management might work in the long run. Who knows? And Unrivaled, man. WNBA is back, not the full season, not the actual WNBA, but the Players League, Unrivaled, out there in Miami is coming back January 5th. So y'all get ready for that. Whole new rosters and everybody, they redrafted everybody. I'm sorry, y'all. So if you got a jersey from last year with one of the ladies on the team, she might not be on that team no more. They did you dirty. And those jerseys were like $180 too. So for them to do that is nutty. Sabrina's not in it. So if I would have got the jersey last year, it would have been cool because she's not going to be on another team. But Satu's on a different team. She's not on the Phantom anymore, so I don't know what's going on. I don't like that. Some people like it, some people don't. But either way, I'm gonna watch it. You know, shout out to them. And again, I'm gonna be in the stands at all the Valkyrie games. You know what I'm saying? Season ticket holder, you feel me? We gonna be in the building. What else we got in sports? I think that's it for sports. So, let's just take a little commercial break and we'll get into some pop culture, some cinema corner, some stuff I watched. Wrap up the year with my favorite movies, favorite TV shows, get those reviews in, talk a little bit more for y'all. It's New Year, episode 268. You know what I'm saying? Best of Bias season 4. Let's go out with a bang. Start the new year with a bang. Bang, 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 bang. You feel me? Ain't no Niner gang, no. But we'll be right back. Get you some water because I need some. My mouth is dry. I'm parched right now. And we'll be right back. It's the Best of Bias podcast. It's your podcast. It's your boy. Let's talk some more shit, huh? We'll be right back. Yeah. And we back. What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for going to get some water, coming back. You know what I'm saying? Press and play again. I know y'all got a lot of activities you got going right now for New Year's. Waiting for the countdown. Enjoying your day off. Enjoying the weekend. Whatever you're doing. It may be 2026 and maybe 2025. Actually, I'm dropping this on 2026, but hey, feel the vibes of 2025, all right? Feel the vibes in me from 2025 going into 2026. Feel that energy being transferred. You feel me? And let's talk about a little something. I'm sorry to go all hype you up and then bring you back down. But Anthony Joshua, man, prayers out to you and your homies that lost their lives out there in Nigeria. Sorry if I mispronounced these names, but Kevin Latif Adwele, Anthony Joshua's best friend, and Sina Gami, his personal trainer, and I'm assuming very close friend as well, passed away tragically on an expressway in Nigeria. I think an oncoming truck was coming towards them. I don't know exactly how it happened, but it was a head-on collision. Anthony Joshua and his friends were in the SUV, and looking at the pictures of the wreckage and the videos that I've saw, the front half of the car was completely smashed, all wrecked, smashed metal from the head-on-head collision. And both young brothers sadly passed away. Kevin Latif again, Adwele, and Sina Gami, rest in peace. Anthony Joshua, as you guys know, Anthony Joshua is a heavyweight boxer from I think the UK, by way of Nigeria, so he has roots out there. He was out there celebrating his win. You know what I'm saying? Just knocked out Jake Paul. I heard it was 180 something $1 million purse. And they split it even, for Jake Paul to be out there and fight against the actual proven heavyweight champion, Olympic gold medal. I think he is the Olympic gold medalist, if I'm not mistaken, or just at least an Olympian boxer. So to be going up against somebody his stature, somebody way bigger than him, just proves a lot for that alone. So them splitting that pot, $92 million evenly, is definitely worth it, definitely deserved. Though they took American taxes or LA taxes or wherever they fought, Miami tax. No, there's no taxes in Miami, but wherever he had to get charged in the US, they took half of that, and they took their taxes in the UK where he's from. So he didn't get nearly as much as $90 million, but he still got probably more than he ever got to fight in boxing. One payday, probably his last payday. Who knows what his career holds for him now? Not after the crash, but after the Jake Paul fight, he could have just went rested on his laurels, making all that money. Come back to UK and just rest up. But he just wanted to go celebrate with his people, and tragically he lost his friends over there. He's not only hurt from the accident emotionally and mentally, he's probably distraught, and so there's no way he can just celebrate winning that money now. Yeah, man, I feel sorry for him. Prayers out to the families, of course, and you know what I'm saying. Hope people reach out to that brother. God puts his hand on that brother, because I can only imagine, bro. I can only imagine, man. Not to compare it or anything like that, but I just got done driving in the rain and possibly with a flat tire. I was hydroplaning and all kind of shit, man. Though, be careful in your vehicles, of course, because New Year's Eve. I know everybody's out there partying. Please be safe. Please drive responsibly. Just be safe, man. This car accident shit, man. It's been all over the place this year. A lot of people were tragically lost. The creator of Call of Duty just died in his Ferrari in a car accident. Uh, Prayers out to him and his family. It's just a lot going on, man. Drive your car safely. I know you got cars, they go fast. You want to drive them fast, show off how fast you can drive. You may have places to be fat and be late getting there, but think about the worst thing that could happen and not prevent you from making a big mistake, bro. And yeah, prayers out to Anthony Joshua. Just people having video of him in the backseat after it happened, just so shocked and injured and confused and unaware. It's just sad, bruh. Big mighty fighter, you think is so invincible in a blink of an eye. Shit like this can happen. It can make you look so small. Not saying that looking small is a bad thing, but in the grand scheme of things, you know what I'm saying? You think you're invincible. Then God shows you, you know what I'm saying? Can't escape that plan that he has for you, you feel me? So again, prayers out to everybody involved. I'm sorry to bring you guys down when I try to uplift y'all for the new year, but we can get into some other shit, man. Sorry about that. That's a weird transition, but let's talk about 2025, man, before we get out of it. And it was a good year for movies, TV shows, and we was here for a lot of them. We talked about a lot, some episodically, some just kind of here and there as I got into them. I wanted to put together a top 5 movies and a top 5 TV shows for y'all. And just let you know how I felt about them, why I put them there. You know, some of it could be some recency bias. This is the best of bias, so why not? But there has been a lot of shit, and there's been some good shit, and there's been seasons of shit that I watched in the past that I didn't think was as good as it should have been this year. So that's why it may not be on my list. So don't come for me in the comments, or if you hear this pod and be like, what are you talking about? Where's this show? Where's that show? Where's this show? Where's this movie? Bro, this is my opinion, and this is what I got for y'all. So let's start with the TV shows, man. TV shows, one, I got Chief of War. Chief of War was amazing this year. I don't think Shogun was this year. Was Shogun this year? Or was it last year? But I'm gonna do Chief of War this year. It was a crazy installment. Apple TV Plus, you guys have been on a roll. I binge stuff that I haven't seen on Apple TV Plus when I just got it, and I watch all the new shit that comes out and judge you accordingly. You know what I'm saying? But Chief of War was really, really, really good. It was on Shogun's level. If I remember if Shogun was in 2025 or not when I was looking over the shows, uh, I think it was last year because I know it won all the awards last year, all the Emmys and shit last year, and it's not this year. So yeah. But anyways, was Penguin this year too? I thought it was last year. It's this year. Was it early this year? Some of them may have been left off the list. I'm sorry, but I thought they were last year. But anyways, Chief of War was crazy, showing us the native Hawaiian side of shit that I've never seen before. Seeing Jason Momoa do his thing again, I really liked how he acted in C. If you saw that on Apple TV Plus, so just to see him back in his roots of just acting, you know, like a native, old school, like a native person. You know what I'm saying? No guns, no braggadocio like he is and all this other shit. No Aquaman. This was straight. We're speaking Hawaiian. If you guys saw C, he was blind. He was blind. It was like post-apocalyptic world. These fools were blind, couldn't see anything. He acted his ass off. I thought he was blind the whole show. In this show here, hey man, he was a Hawaiian warrior. You know what I'm saying? He may not be the best actor in the world, but he portrayed everything he portrayed in this movie, being the chief of war, denouncing the chief of war for the warlord that, you know, it was a lot. You guys should check it out now. It was brutal, tough to watch at times, but great watch. Apocalypto vibes. I love Apocalypto. Again, I love Shogun. You mix those two together, you got Chief of War. Shout out everybody in the show. That had to be my number one show of the year. Second, I got Mobland. Mobland was a newer show. We had young Tom Hardy, Pierce Brosnan, a whole bunch of other people in it. It kind of centered around a mob out there in the UK, ran by Pierce Brosnan and his crazy ass family, who pretty much did anything to stay in power. Little nephew killed the son of a rival gang member, and shit just spirals from there. It was crazy, a thriller. One of the new shows that came out this year, another one of the new shows, unlike the following one that got in third, Mayor of Kingstown season 4, just ended at the tail end of 2025, but that shit was crazy. That shit was nuts. Was it season 3 or season 4? I think it was season 4 though. It was nuts. One of the best seasons of the show, and the show is one of the best shows that I've seen in a long time. Um, really, really good. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. Jeremy Renner, amazing show, amazing concepts, and they keep that shit going for seasons and seasons if they want to. But how this season ended was fucking nuts, and woo! You guys should check it out if you haven't seen it. That was my number 3 show. Number 4, of course, was Paradise. Paradise on Hulu. That should have me guessing from the beginning to end. Was really big in pop culture. I'm not gonna lie. That shit was running rampant for a while. I was able to binge it and catch up after it was actually out for a while. So that would be my number 4 show. And then your friends and neighbors, John Hamm, another Apple Plus show. Really cool concept, really different, you know what I'm saying? And it had some shockers, some drama in the middle where I was like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? So I'll put that up there as well. I know there's a lot of shows like, where's Severance? Where the boys, Gen V? You know what I'm saying? I liked all these shows. These shows are really big favorites of mine, but these seasons, man, they kind of took me out of it. Season 1 of Severance was really good. Season 2 kind of took me all over the place. I didn't really understand it all. You know what I mean? I like it a lot, but it didn't quite make the top 5. The Boys, Gen V. I don't know if The Boys actually came back this year. It was actually Gen V that came back this year. Gen V was really good. At the beginning, it was kind of plucky to me. Towards the end of it, when we started getting the connective tissue together, we started learning more about Marie Moreau, and how she is pretty much a fucking apex mutant type shit. Her and Homelander are the only two, the most powerful, you know what I'm saying, Vought, Gen V kind of characters, and to learn that and kind of see what was going on in the end and kind of the twist at the end of the season. It was really good. So Gen V was good, but it didn't get me there. I wasn't hooked throughout the shows like I was for these other 5, you know what I mean? Movie wise, of course, number 1 has to be Sinners, man. That's the only movie this year that I can watch like any time and have it watched like the first time. I saw it twice, one in regular, then once in IMAX, and then I streamed it a couple of times, watched it with my family when it came out on HBO Max. You know what I'm saying? I call Michael B. Jordan my twin anyways, you know what I'm saying? So I be supporting him no matter what, you know what I'm saying? Since he was a little kid to who he is now. I mean, he's older than me, so I'm talking like he's like hella younger than me, but yeah. And Ryan Coogler, of course, and their bond together and how they make movies together. I think it's not only an experience that needs to be seen by little younger people of color. I know it's rated R, but just for inspiration, young artists, young actors, directors, them two being together, they make shit come to screen that we don't think would be possible for people like us. And he showed, and you know, Ryan Coogler, the way he's so invested in not only what he's doing, he's so invested in trying to teach people how to do the same thing, how to take appreciation into what's going on. You know, it's not nerdy to be in the film. It's kind of cool once you get down to the crux of it. And then Michael B. Jordan trying to show everybody that he's not just actor that's placed in placed in the movies just because, you know, he could be an actor that's of high caliber. You know, he has some flops, but at the same time, this movie helped him put him over the top and really be taken seriously as an actor. Gave him the runway to do not only more stuff with Ryan Coogler, but take the reins as a producer and direct things himself. I also like how Michael B. Jordan is putting on other interests that people didn't know that he was interested in. Anime, of course. I'm really into anime. So whenever somebody, sometimes I think they're just hopping on the trend now because anime is kind of getting popular among the masses. So if you say you're an anime fan, that just automatically gets you a bunch of fans because you're interested in the same shit. But I think he kind of is, man. Ever since I think the last Creed 3, how he wanted his fighting scenes with Jonathan Majors to kind of emulate fights in Dragon Ball Z, and how they fight, in their fighting scenes, they really be getting down, and there's really big emphasis and attention paid to, the strikes and how the fighters take the damage and stuff like that. And he specified that when he was kind of previewing and promoting Creed 3. And then as Sinners came out and he was doing promo for that, he also, talked about other anime that he was interested in. I don't know if it was Demon Slayer or what anime he was actually talking about. But he kind of putting people on and showing people that, being a anime head and being a serious actor and being a strong black man and all that shit can all be all encompassing. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And I like that. He's not afraid to be himself, and that's something I can really stand behind. You know what I'm saying? Sinners was a great movie. If you guys seen it, you already know what it's about. Not only is it a vampire thriller movie, it's a period piece, and it's shot beautifully. The music is phenomenal. Sinners was amazing this year. And one battle after another, a really recent movie in 2025. Um, Leonardo DiCaprio, Tiana Taylor did a thing, Sean Penn, everybody in the movie, uh, Benicio del Toro. It was a great movie, long and kind of, you know, the story wasn't anything out of the ordinary, but the acting was amazing. How it was shot again was amazing. I kind of harp on that a lot now too. Once you kind of notice it more, and then kind of the time put in by everybody else around, not just the actors, the directors, producers, light, people behind the camera, gives you another appreciation once you know people that are kind of in the industry and just kind of know more so about the back ends of media. It's like, it's not all for the actor and directors. It's everybody involved should be proud of the shit that they're doing, because they put together a masterpiece for us to see in theaters, and we take it for granted sometimes, but that shit is amazing. We don't sit there and watch the credits roll and see everybody's names and get to thank them like we should, but these are some masterpieces they put together this year, and I'm really grateful for these movies being able to bring people back into cinema, because of course after COVID they were kind of going away, and movies haven't really been that good to get people back into theaters. I think this year was the really, really big jump when they put 28 Days Later, they got the new Trons, they got all that kind of stuff. But they really had some movies that showed their stuff and gave us really good optimism that to come there should be really good stuff in the works that we're going to see. You know what I mean? My next big movie, F1. I think F1, even though it was really recent, I put F1 as one of my favorite sports movies ever, just for the fact that I am a really tough watch when it comes to sports movies, especially if it's sports that I played, especially if the sports look hella corny. You just get an actor that looks like they play sports, and when they're actually playing the sports in the movie, it looks so trash. It's just unbelievable. So it's kind of hard for me to get into those kind of movies, but F1, since it's a sport that I wasn't really familiar with, a sport that I casually watch on TV, sport that I want to know more about, and they have big time actors in it. It was great, man. They helped explain a lot of the stuff I didn't know about F1, showed us the money behind it, the locations, the locale, the science behind the cars, the aerodynamics that go behind the build of the cars, the team members that are involved in the F1 teams, like what the drivers are really doing. They're sitting in these pretty much rockets and going 200 miles per hour. The drama, just all of it. Dams in Brad Pitt's dynamic. It was all pretty cool. It was all pretty cool. Using the real racers in there. I was like, I know that person. I've been there. I know this place. You know what I'm saying? Being in Vegas. I was actually in Vegas the week before this year's F1 out there. So it really hit home. I was on the edge of my seats. A lot of the shit that happened in the movie I wasn't expecting to happen. You know, some stuff is kind of tropey. It's going to kind of happen towards the end. But hey, again, it was one of the best. How it was shot, the camera angles, Apple TV Plus being behind it, giving it that extra oomph. You know what I'm saying? It was great. You guys should check that out. If you haven't seen that, see it in IMAX as well. It's on Apple TV Plus now too, if you haven't seen it. Then we kind of changed it up with Predator, Killer of Killers. Again, it's all kind of recent stuff, kind of later in the year, but that's when it kind of kicked up for me. Predator, Killer of Killers, the animated movie. That shit was pretty dope. How they went through the three, we talked about it actually on the pod, so I won't get too much into it, but how it went through all the stages in all the different warriors that went up against all the different predators that, you know what I'm saying, to prove themselves, how it had the connective tissue at the end with the frozen characters that are in all the different movies, and then seeing Predator Badlands come out this year and have that possibly connect to how Predators connected with the Alien. We watched Alien Earth this year. So the connective tissue there and what could possibly come from the Alien and Predator worlds, that's really exciting. I'm excited to see that too. I know Alien Earth didn't make my list this year for shows, but the ending was kind of weird. It wasn't really complete like these other ones. And then lastly, I had Weapons. Weapons was good. I just want to throw a thriller out there. Weapons is another movie I saw in theaters, and then I watched it a couple other times with other people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the biggest scary movie fan, but this one was kind of different, bro. Like, it was a thriller that it wasn't super scary, but it was scary enough to have you, like, you know, feeding for more. It had the jump scares. It had the what the fuck moments. It had its gory moments because it's from the director of Hereditary and what's that other one? Um, when they're at that festival and shit gets hella crazy. But anyways, pretty much that gore hoary kind of gore hoary that the horror gory kind of category that they do whatever they do those jump scares. They're gonna do those fucking shockingly gross motherfucking scenes to make you disgusted and look away from the screens. They're gonna do all that, and I think it was cool. I think it was cool. I've seen it with enough people, and they all gave their opinions to that. It was pretty good. The ending was kind of crazy. The kids chasing the lady at the end kind of took me out of it. But all the way up until then, it was a pretty solid, funny, scary thriller type of movie. Got me going, man. The best one of the year for me, man. I don't really watch a lot of scary movies, but this one kind of stood out, man. I didn't put Marty Supreme because I recently saw that, and I kind of still have to grasp it, kind of take it in. A lot of these movies I put on my tops, and shows, I've seen them multiple times or watched it all the way through. I didn't put Avatar, Fire and Ash on there too because, man, I'll get into the review in a little bit and tell you how I felt about that. But you know what I'm saying. But TV and film did me good this year, gave me really good motivation to make the shit that I want to make. Maybe getting the voice acting, you know what I'm saying? Get this voice on some cartoons and some other things, some animated TV shows. Nizai, if you haven't seen Nizai 2, that's on HBO Max. One of the best animated movies I've ever seen, hands down. And it's probably gonna win a whole bunch of awards at the Oscars for it, but that shit was incredible. Nizai 1 is actually on Netflix now, and I've been waiting for number 2 to come out with subtitles and shit for anywhere. But they actually have it out now. And yeah, man, check that shit out. Some good films, a lot of good shit out right now. Don't fall behind. I know it costs an arm and a leg to watch these subscriptions, get these subscriptions, watch these shows. And there's a lot of people out there that ain't got time because they're out there trying to get to the bread. I get it, I get it. But if you're ever sitting around, you need something to watch leisurely, you don't have nothing to do, you at home, you have a holiday, ain't got nothing to do on the holiday, just some time off to sit at home, kick your feet up, Netflix and chill and some shit like that. Check this shit out, man, because 2026 is just gonna be bigger. This is gonna be bigger. The technology is gonna be more immersive. We got the XD 4X seats already that's moving. We have Jonathan Majors preaching the 70 millimeter film. IMAX is getting crazy. We saw Avatar Fire and Ash at City Walk at Universal Studios, man. The theater experience is getting crazy. The headsets are just gonna come into it all. I know people like to stream, but get into theaters before they phase out, man. I love theaters. I know everything's expensive to eat and shit there, and people be bitches about being able to bring shit into the movie theater. Shout out to the fucking dude at the City Walk that didn't let me bring my cinnamon roll in there, bitch. Fuck you. Shout out Damo for sneaking his in his fanny pack somehow. That's some crazy ass geometry. But I smack my shit outside. But fuck you, dog. Like, you can't eat outside food, bro. You can't. You. No. Anyway, I had to sit through a 3.5 hour movie without my motherfucking cinnamon bun. Cinnabon. Shouldn't be eating that cinnabon anyways after that incident with that racist ass lady. I know they fired her, but they should have black people eating for free for like a whole fucking week or something for that bullshit. But yeah, check those out. If you like them, you know, you already know, give those recommendations. It's the boy Lydell Dinero will never do you wrong. So check those shits out. Shout out also Task. What else did I put on here that I was watching? Smoke on Apple TV Plus. bro. There's so much shit out there. Just watch it. Let me know if you're bored. Hit me up. Instagram, shit, TikTok, all that shit. Like, subscribe, add. That's the best. I forgot to say it at the beginning, but do that shit right now while you got a chance. Marty Supreme, man. I saw Marty Supreme. Very, very interesting. Timothy Chalamet. I fucked with Timothy Chalamet. Heavy. Dune. Pretty much Dune. Dune 1 and 2. I didn't watch Wonka, but I fuck with the guy. Personality wise, he's really cool, seems relatable. It all can be an act because he is an actor. People say he is an asshole on set, but I don't believe none of that, man. Shout out Timothy Chalamet. He got the Jenner on the low key. Ain't making a big deal about it. Got his own career. And ain't falling into the trap of getting, you know what I'm saying, not falling into the Kardashian curse and is, well, she's not a Kardashian, she's a Jenner, so maybe it doesn't apply. He's just doing his thing. And it's not about that. It's about Marty Supreme right now. And he did his thing in there. Period piece or a biopic about, I forgot Marty's name. What was his name? I forgot his last name for real. But Marty, he was a ping pong player. It was the 1950s. He's from New York and basically just wanted to be the best ping pong player in the world. But Timothy Chalamet played the part crazy. The person that was Marty in real life, I guess he was super manipulative. He really believed in himself, wanted to be the best ping pong player in the world. And he would say anything, do anything to become the best ping pong player in the world. It's 1950s. It's New York. There could be anything else happening in the world, but this movie was basically prioritized and centered around ping pong. I guess it's easy like that when you're a white man in New York. You ain't really got to struggle as much and be having to have a super backstory or super grind in life like the minorities trying to make it in New York City. But basically, he was working in his uncle's shoe store, living with his mom in a building out there in New York. I'm hoping it's New York. It seemed like New York, but Marty was a trip. He would lie. He would sweet talk women. He would manipulate women to get what he wanted just so he can get where he needed to get to play ping pong. Any way he can get $1, he would smooth talk. His relationship with Gwyneth Paltrow's character was interesting throughout the movie, man. It's not really much to talk about because not really hella shit happened in the movie. Basically, he wanted to be the best ping pong player in the world. In the beginning of the movie, he kind of lost the tournament to the best ping pong player in Japan. And then shit started going down in his life. One of the girls that he was messing with got pregnant. The girl gets hella crazy and does whatever she can to try to kind of get with Marty. But Marty is just trying to become a ping pong champion. No sleep with whoever. Do whatever, say whatever. He does seem like a good guy, though. That's the thing. You're kind of like put up against it because in a lot of the scenes, he is charismatic. He does think a lot of himself. He is a handsome guy. So he's able to smooth talk and get whatever he wants. But at the same time, he does seem kind of genuine. He often makes the wrong decisions in the movie. His braggadocio gets him in trouble. His decisions a lot of the time get him in trouble, but when you talk to him, when you catch him, when he gets in trouble, he usually talks his way out of it. He is really good at ping pong. You know what I mean? It's just tough without seeing the movie, without breaking it down completely. It's an A24 movie, so you know a lot of shit happens in the middle. Yeah, we see the creation of the orange ping pong ball. You know how monumental that is in the ping pong world for all my BP players out there. So, Marty is that guy. I don't know why they didn't market beer pong that much with this movie, but Timothy Chalamet did market the shit out of this movie, from being on top of the sphere, dropping the Marty Supreme jackets, being on Drewski, the live interviews for New York. He's doing his thing, man, and I'm excited to see Timothy Chalamet in more roles, more serious roles. This movie gave kind of like an Uncut Gem vibes. The movie had a purpose as far as being about a certain thing, but throughout the story, they give us really clear depictions of the person's character throughout, while he's trying to ultimately obtain this goal. And Timothy Chalamet takes us on a roller coaster. He puts himself in the shoes of Marty. He becomes Marty. The glasses, the way he talks, the way this how smooth he was with the businessman trying to help him finance his way to Japan to play get in the tournament. You know, the moment he didn't hear what he wanted, how he flips and says something slick to the guy, and how you can see the asshole side of him is there, but he wants to be a ping pong player so bad that he can't even see that he's being an asshole. He just thinks he's hustling to get where he wants to get. And his whole family, they all some hustlers, from his mom to him to his uncle. They're all hustlers. So throughout the movie, you see Marty do things, whatever it takes, all for one goal, and that's to make some money to get his ass across the country to play ping pong. Tyler, the Creator, is a awesome character. He plays kind of, Marty's running mate. The whole hustle at the ping pong hall was cool. Tyler, the Creator, did really good in his first acting chops. You know what I'm saying? Shout out him for pulling that off. Odessa, whoever she is, great looking woman there. Great actress. She did her thing too. Her character, you know what I'm saying, her faking that black eye, having Marty go and smack dude with the trophy. That shit was nuts. And for it to end how it ended, it all paid off at the end. It kind of leaves you wondering what is really going to happen at the end. It kind of left you kind of like, oh, so this is what he chose to do. You know what I mean? But it was a good movie. Go check it out. This was one of those ones that I did see really recently. So I don't have super deep details. I did listen to a couple of reviews recently, and I don't want to have to narrate the whole thing for y'all. But go check it out. It's in theaters right now. Timothy Chalamet is that man. He's putting himself on the list, man. Hottest actors right now. If you need something done, pick Timothy Chalamet. Bob Dylan, he's played Willy Wonka. He's in Dune. He's the Moadib, or whatever you call him in that shit. And then you got him playing Marty Supreme. You know what I'm saying? So hey, shout out Timothy Chalamet, man. And we'll probably be talking about your next movie too. Can't wait to see what you do next. Avatar fired Ash though. James Cameron, I appreciate you guys. It was a good experience. 3 hours and 15 minutes was kind of excessive. I'm not gonna lie, but I did see it in 3D. I was back in Pandora. It was a really good watch. It's always good to be back on Pandora and see the different places that they take you. This time they didn't really take you to a new place. I thought since we saw, it was called Fire and Ash, and the Ash people are the people that we get introduced to in this movie. I thought we would see more like volcanoes and different terrain than we actually saw. But now we're back. Actually, we're still with the Water Tribe. And still kind of where we were last time. It started off 2 weeks from the last movie. So, Jake and Natiri's other son just had passed away. He got shot. And what's the other guy's name? Loak. The other son, it was pretty much his fault. And they still have Spider and, the other kind of immaculately concepted Carrie, that was Sigourney Weaver's character, which was a clone of Sigourney Weaver, which actually was Sigourney Weaver talking for a younger girl. The same characters were all back in the movie, and it took place right after that. So a lot of the same issues were recycled, which was my biggest gripe of the movie. Though we had a whole new movie, new animals, new creatures we were able to see with the wind people, the traders that came with these hot air balloon type aliens. A lot of the story was still the same. Like, I could have sworn a lot of the scenes that happened in Avatar 2 happened in Avatar 3. It's crazy. The sky people come looking for Sully. Quaritch, that general, comes. He doesn't die. He's in the Avatar body still, looking for Jake Sully just to try to get revenge for what happened. They're still hunting the whales. You know what I'm saying? Hot Makto, whatever. Wait, no, that's not what they call them. But whatever those whales are called, they're still hunting the whales in this one, grabbing the brain goo, and the humans are coming back, doing the exact same shit they were doing in the second movie. This movie was more so of the family coming to grips with the sun dying, and pretty much Spider being a human trying to live amongst the Na'vi people, and him needing oxygen and not being able to be provided the oxygen, and then them knowing that Quaritch, the general, that's his son, that they'll keep coming and try to get him. So this whole movie, they're kind of struggling with either keeping Spider with the family, killing Spider, or sending them back to the Sky people. They didn't really know. Ultimately, these Avatar movies, in the grand scheme of things, are just pretty much about family and family struggle. Um, the Na'vi in this one pretty much just talked about Awe the whole movie. Um, I can't lie, guys. This movie was pretty much the same as the second one. It really was. It really was. We just got the fire and ash people. What was the Varang? Varang was sexy, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. The leader of the Ash people, she came down moving Shakira style. She was, you feel me? I was like, God damn, this was you ain't supposed to make these Avatar people sexy. What you doing? Um, but anyways, it was cool. I don't know, man. I just kind of feel like I sat through a long ass movie of the same thing with added features with 3D. I did see it at City Walk, like I said, and they had some subs in the seats. So when we were flying on the dragons and shit, the seats would rumble. When the matriarch, the big whales came out of the water and they had that meeting about if they should go help fight the humans. Yeah, that the seats were vibrating as they were doing their echolocation and shit. That shit was raw. That shit was raw. It's just, James Cameron makes it abundantly clear that he is the master of this technology, the mocap, the taking you to these new worlds, being so immersive. That mocap under the water, I think, was the best shit that he's done. The actors' faces, being able to react to the water and their hair and shit and skin. It looks crazy. None of the actors really look like the Navi people that they're portraying, though, because they all look kind of either like black people or Native American people or like Pacific Islanders. But when you look at the actors in the movie, they're all white. You even have Spider being a white dude with dreads, who in the movie, yeah, that's what people's main complaint about the movie is the whole white savior thing. Because you have, the Navi people are helpless without Jake Sully, this paralyzed white Marine, coming down and taking the body of a Navi to save them. And then it comes down to, okay, not only is Jake a white savior, you have a white boy with dreads that is actually the cure to anything that's everything. If you have what Spider has in his body, that's the key for humans being able to live on Navi without masks. So it just became a lot. It just became a lot. But again, I respect it for what it is. I mean, James Cameron again is a genius on the mocap stuff. I just wish it wasn't about, oh, Loak is not listening to his parents. The parents are mad at Loak. Loak goes and does something stupid to put his family in jeopardy. Loak gets caught, and Spider gets caught too. Oh, now you have to go save the kids from being caught because they didn't listen to us when we got in a fight as a family. And then she was out. I get it. She was sad about her son dying, but she was just negative the whole time, just screaming, yelling. I get it. She's the matriarch. She's the warrior of the family. Is ready to go to get down no matter what. But she was ready to kill Spider on the spot. She was just, yeah, yeah. She was on Jake about shit that she shouldn't have been on him about. You know what I'm saying? Terry was going through it. I get it. And Jake Sully, they just need to go somewhere away from everybody else, bro. Go find your own area in Navi, or your area in Pandora, and just get away from people, because you're just going to get everybody killed. Wherever they go, they get hella animals killed. They get hella people killed that's trying to help them. And then they end up not even killing the people. If they don't kill Courage, how you let this nigga escape every time? He has little shimmers of being a good guy from here to there in the movie, but ultimately, he keeps coming back with either humans or the Ash people to try to kill y'all. And he knocked off hella y'all people, hella y'all animals, and the humans killed hella those whales. Like, bro, go be by yourself and have them find you. Stop getting hella people murked off. Easy, bro. No, I guess it's not that easy, man. Because you already got the Aoi blown up in the movie one. They should have stopped fucking with you after that. But now they got Aoi in the water. which I don't really understand. I know Awe is their god and stuff like that, but I don't get how Carrie just is able to connect to it willy nilly. Is she a god too? They said she's partially Awe because Sigourney Weaver's character couldn't be pregnant because she wasn't having sex with nobody. So they're saying that Awe made her pregnant. So basically, Awe is either Carrie's mother through conception, through, I guess Awe can get down however she wants to get down, or it's a extension of Awe, in which I don't know why, if it was an extension of Awe, why she would have trouble connecting with Awe, and Awe wouldn't fuck with her throughout the movie and wouldn't have that conflict toward the end. And seeing that little baby face turn around and look at her and was like, "You got it." Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of corny too, because I swear, at the end, that fight scene when the humans was coming across the water and Jake Sully linked up with all the other tribes, rode his big ass dragon, Tuak Maktu, and they was hiding on the rocks and shit. Some were hiding underwater. I swear that was a copy and pasted scene. That was in the second one. But anyways, check it out yourselves, man. That was a Lydell Dinero type review. Shout out to all the actors. Shout out Varang. Shout out to Courage, because he was hitting that. Changed his whole garb up. He wasn't a soldier no more. He was part of the tribe after he hit that. Shit's crazy. And it always trips me out how big the Na'vi people are compared to the humans. They like 9 feet tall compared to the people who's like 6 feet towering over them. Shit's nutty. And do they have private parts? Or do they have sex through their tails and they ain't got genitals? Because they're covering up the boobs and stuff in the movies. And they're wearing loincloths. Does that mean they have stuff under there? And if they do, what do they use them for? Because the lady had a baby, so she had to have like, well, I don't know where it comes out. We didn't see it, but you guys know where my head's at. Anyways, let me get out of this before I go too far into it. We made it to the end of the podcast, where I like to let them know where to find me at. It's your boy Lydell Dinero, SAC_Lydell on the Instagram, Patrick_Lydell on the Snapchat. Best of Bias on the Instagram, Best of Bias on TikTok. Of course, it's Best of Bias on the YouTube, aka years and years, 3 or 4 years at least, maybe 2 or 3 years of videos every week. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends about it, comment, go hit up aka Akio Young on Instagram. Let them know how much you like the pods. Let them know how much these videos have meant to you. Add them as a friend. Blow them up, blow them up, blow them up. And of course, like, subscribe on the pod. You will never miss a pod if you do that. It'll let you know when I post. And it'll be weekly, man. There'll be some weeks that I'll miss, of course, and I'll let you know when that actually is. I will not leave you without a beat to step to, without letting you know what's going on. I try to, at least. But if I do miss one, you know why. It's going to be a holiday, or I'm traveling somewhere. But I'll let y'all know, because I like to keep it on me when I am traveling. I'll let you know what's really going on. But y'all stay safe out there. Happy New Year. Thank you guys for being such an integral part of the Best of Bias podcast. In 2026, we got y'all with more shit. It ain't stopping, bro. We're going to keep elevating, keep being here. People are saying podcasts are dying in 2026. We ain't, because we just getting started, bro. We do this. We ain't got to go nowhere to do this. And we just need us. We all we got. And we love y'all. It's the Best of Bias podcast. Your boy Lydell Dinero, episode 268, season 4, all that shit. We out of here. Happy New Year, y'all. Yeah. It's the best of Bias. You need the earful. You should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of Bias. Your Best of Bias.